Hi, is the sound working okay now? We had some power issues, so things got reset. No video, no audio on Twitch. Oh, Hey, Sue. Okay, looks like, all right. People seem to hear audio on both, and video on YouTube seems to be going. Thank you all for being patient with me trying this experiment. Um, let's see. Can someone confirm if you see video on Twitch? No video on Twitch. I'm sorry. Let's. I do not know how to fix that. Okay, well, let's see, chat. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I maybe I should have run a test stream. Okay, let me put my chat up somewhere so I can see it. I wanted to come on earlier, but there were issues in my house. All right, so this puzzle, and I did my nails for it too. It matches. Let's get this recording going. Okay. I have no idea how hard this is going to be or easy. Let's get this open. But thank you for everyone for joining me today. I should turn off the Twitch stream then, so nobody would try to go if it's not working. Okay. Twitch is disabled, but let me see. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Look at it. It's so shiny. Everything's glittery. And there's a full color poster. Is it even? Oh, look at that blue puzzle dust. I don't know if you can see it. Well, I don't know how helpful this poster is going to be. I mean, it has texture on it, but honestly, I should just put it away. Hi, hey there. Everyone should do puzzles and play games like Tammy does. It gives you a good life and makes you more fun and happy. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. So, all right, let's open this up. Do we even need the box? No, it's good. It actually has the design of the cut on it. So if we get desperate, I guess that's always that for reference. But let's get to this. Alrighty. That's a lot of green stuff. That should at least be good to start with. We have edges. I wonder if this is similar to the regular circle of colors cut. Has anybody else done this? Well, that reference is just orange and green. Not gonna help me at all, Jessica. All right, let's just flip so I can pull out the green and we'll work on that first. I feel like I should have a timer going, but let's just enjoy a puzzle for once. No speed puzzling today. I mean, I'm not going to hopefully not going to take 9 hours on this. But still, I'll go for as long as I feel like. Of course, nobody's obligated to stay. It's nice to have you all here to chat. So doing a Le Puzzle mini in the center. That is true. I actually bought a bunch of those minis. I haven't started on them yet. Maybe I'll just do them on my stream too. I think those would be fun. Maybe I should mix them. I mean, they're all the same color, so it's not like that's going to be a huge challenge that way. I'll figure something out. I got so many puzzles I need doing. You're welcome. It's so true. I just but the murder mystery game you play on one of your videos called Murder of a Child tonight. I'm so looking forward to working on it. Thank you for filming. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Yeah, murder mystery is a nice change of pace. So you have to use a deductive reasoning instead of just like jigsaws are spatial reasoning and visual. So I like working on my brain. All right, let's see. Almost fixed here. I love flat apple and I'm looking forward to borrowing the rest from a friend. Chestnut. Yeah, but I get what you mean, hey there. Yeah, I did flat apple like a couple of years ago, but when I saw that potentially all the different liquors color puzzles have the same cut, that opens up a lot of possibilities for mixing and matching and being creative. I think that's why I ended up buying this set. I still have to find out if that's actually the case, but we'll find out when I do that. So there is a slight variation. There's some that's more intense orange and some that's a slightly less intense orange. And of course, there's definitely similarities to the circle of colors cut. So I have not memorized it by any means, but there's some familiarity. This past weekend, I did a 12-hour puzzle day. It was mostly casual, although there were small, interesting events. But I met someone who had started working on memorizing the 500 Ravensburger cut. And I was like, she explained to me the things she knew, and I was like, fascinated. For example, did you know there's 6 pieces that have 4 ins in the regular cut? And she showed me exactly where they were. I knew of one of them, but now I know all 6. I don't know if that will help me when I'm actually puzzling in a contest, but this is the kind of thing that some people will memorize, and I do not have the memory really to do that. But I think I can remember 6 pieces. Let's see. Did I miss a check? What's the texture of the pieces like? It is not as bad as like some of the glitter puzzles I've done. There's definitely a little rough texture, but like we've done like masterpieces, Glow in the Dark, or which of the brands have glitter pieces? I don't remember them now. But this is definitely not as like scratchy as some others I've done. Because sometimes when I do the scratchy pieces, I get this really oogie feeling. I'm very sensitive to that. This one's actually not too bad, quite pleasant. I see blue puzzle dust, but I don't see glitter wearing off on my table yet. So maybe it's glued down pretty well. And Jessica asks, I've been meaning to ask you, do you have any recommendations for pairs training? I've been in my pair for a while now, so we've got most of the kinks worked out. I mean, what my pair and I usually do is we get previous pair competition puzzles and work on them. And like just the way you do for solos, you get previous competition puzzles and you work on that. You also try to figure out your individual strengths is always a good thing, because like when I was pairing with Yvonne regularly, we figured out that she's good at busy puzzles and I'm good at sorting and good at color stuff. So challenge yourself, find different kinds of, I don't have specific puzzle recommendations, but approach it the way you would your individual trainings. There's like no lack of pair competition puzzles with times out there. So is that actual glitter or print of a bird? There's actual glitter in this. There's a sort of a glue texture and then glitter stuck to it. And the poster is a print of the glitter, which is kind of bizarre. But these pieces, you can feel, if I close my eyes, like the green is smooth and the orange is definitely glittery. So but it's not a terrible texture. And I'm very averse to scratchy textures. Like I think these are masterpieces, Glow in the Dark, that the texture of the glow in the dark paint on those really freak me out. Let's see, should we want to take it next level? What drills or training should we do? Oh, it's been a while since I've done pair drills. I mean, you got the communication stuff. That's a question I don't think I have a good answer for offhand. I'll give it some thought. I'll chat to you online. Orange Time. Love the matching nails. Hi, Nikita. Yes. I finally pulled out that bottle of nail polish that I bought last Halloween, which is October. And it's been sitting, actually, on my shelf for like 3 months now. I got it before Halloween, and then I didn't get around to painting them for Halloween, and so I had to do it for this puzzle. So yes, I decided I want to start with this, the boundary between the orange and the green. So it's kind of like I'm doing the edge of the green. That's an interesting thought. More on the pairs puzzling. I mean, communication is important. It's kind of like teams, but on a smaller scale, where you talk about strategy, like who's going to do what when you open the box and where do you put stuff. So because you don't want to be trying to work that out when you're puzzling. So that's clearly stuff that you've already figured out. You asked a really good question. I don't know offhand what I would recommend as the next level for pairs training. If anybody else has suggestions, feel free to add them. But I'm just going to, for now, see if I can get this border together. But I've never done an interior round edge. For the circle of colors, I either do the outside edge or I work up from the center. It starts in the middle. It's a whole new experience. But yeah, honestly, the feel of this is not unpleasant. So, and thankfully there's not much in the way of false fits. You can tell quite well when something goes and something doesn't. Who's your pair team for Carnival Nationals this year? I have different people. Actually, so for Carnival, I'm pairing with Lindsay. And for Nationals, I think I'm pairing with Yvonne. I had to write all this down because it seems like every competition now I mix it up with different people. So I've paired with Yvonne many times in the past. But for Carnival, I believe she's pairing with Min this time, and yeah, so it'll be fun to see. How about y'all? Who's going to Carnival, and who are you pairing with, Jessica? They're both very fun people. I mean, they're both my on Golden State Puzzlers, so we know. Did I miss something of the sort? So yeah, we know each other all really well. Oh, there's a piece. So apparently I don't talk and puzzle so well. Wait, that one still doesn't fit. Oh, there it is. I messed that one up. One goes there, and then there's still one more. How did I miss that? Oh, it's short. I guess the green part is just hidden. Okay. I'm with Ohioans for both Rose, Aubrey, and Michelle for Carnival, and Rose, Colleen, and Nick for Nationals. Ooh, that's cool. That should be fun. All right, that centerpiece is very familiar. And here's some nice curved pieces. Normally, the circle of colors confuses me because my brain works very much in a grid. So doing the circle is hard for me to think radially. But that's part of the fun, isn't it? Let's see. Where's that piece? You call a centerpiece the uterus. I can see why. That's a very creative name for it. I like it. I will not steal it. Although it will crack me up if I ever had to say that. And where's my scent? Oh, this part is a bit orange. That means it touches there. Yep, this is just good old circle of colors cut so far. Let's see. I don't actually have this cut memorized by any means either. I think in a previous Worlds competition, I got a circle of colors for ocean, and I had actually done it before. And I was very sad because I didn't get much faster the second time because I don't have a very good visual memory. So I was like, oh, this is an old puzzle. I should be fast, and everybody else is probably fast. And I was just almost like I was doing it for the first time again. So I much prefer competitions where puzzles are brand new, so everybody is. I'm not handicapped by my lack of memory, and everybody else is as slow as I am with that aspect. Well, I mean, there's people clearly faster than me now, but it's because they're better, not because they have seen and practiced the puzzle before. And that's okay. So this first part shouldn't be too long. You know, I might even like use this as a good practice for circle of colors because you get to focus on the circle instead of the colors. The one was, I don't think I've ever really focused so much on the shape of these pieces before. I've always used the colors to go by. This is a fun exercise. I suppose you could do the same thing with any other circle colors if you just do it upside down. Has anybody here ever worked puzzles upside down? I've gotten suggestions to do that, but I'm like, that's no fun. I love looking at the puzzle picture. But there's that movie, which the name escapes me now, where there's a character that actually does puzzles upside down. The Accountant, is that it? Let's see. A long time ago, before I was a speed puzzler, I encountered that purple puzzle. I think it's by Buffalo, maybe. It's probably published in the 80s. It's just a big circle and all purple, and it was so hard. Or maybe I wasn't as good at puzzle then either. But I literally like maybe got one piece in like the hour I stared at it. It's a very classic puzzle. Sammy calls it doing a puzzle fate mode? Bat mode. Oh, because they're like blind. Jessica's trademark move is the back spin and doing a puzzle upside down. Oh. Okay. I mad respect. Okay, let's see. I've gotten all the big bumps in, so is one more here? Is that one? Nope. I'm going by shape. I didn't realize I knew these shapes. And of course, with my memory, I will quickly forget all these shapes. How big does it go? It's got to be smaller because I don't think I'm missing that many pieces. Nope. Oh. Did I put a piece somewhere? out. Okay, let's just keep going and figure it out. I practice upside down, but not like the whole time. I spin puzzles with section. Very cool. It depends on whether like a puzzle has words or something that I really can't do words upside down. I remember at Worlds when they had Nationals, they had a jungle puzzle, and I was upside down for the start of that. And then I realized I was like, looking at the picture a lot to try and figure out, well, is this red thing part of this vine or this vine? And I was like, and then my brain couldn't figure out, is it to the left of that or right of that? I was like, I need to look at this right way up. So I had to work over two of my teammates who were sitting on the other side. I was just like in between. But yeah, that was what it was. Okay, where's this section here? Let's go finish the inside out section. Oops. You'd think I know these cuts by now. Apparently not. There's something weird going on in this area. I don't think that goes there. There. That's why things weren't fitting properly. Does that go? One more, okay. I can work from any side as long as the box is oriented the same way. That mental rotation is tough. Yeah, that's the thing that really gets me. So sometimes I was like, can we tilt the box on its side because so it matches what's on the table, and that helps so much. I know it's weird to sometimes see the box on its side like that, but yeah, and I don't often ask that because I don't want, if it hurts some people's ability to puzzle, I don't want that either. But sometimes you need to ask for what you need. Okay, this part is not terrible. I remember before I was a speed puzzler, I bought the 1000 colors piece puzzle from Clemens Habish. I don't know how to pronounce it. And I remember being so scared of it. It's like, this looks just, there's no picture. It's all just colors. And like every piece is a different color. But I ended up doing it, and it took me a lot less time than I thought. And I was like, wow, I didn't know enough about puzzling, jigsaw puzzles then, I think. But yeah, the idea of it not having any picture was scary, I guess. That's a fun one to do now. I should do that and see how long it actually takes me. But I guess in the same way, thinking about this puzzle, I was like, oh, it's going to be all orange. It's going to be very hard. But the center part isn't terrible so far, as you can see. And I'm almost at the point where I should just like work by shape. Where's that piece? Is it this one? No, that's not it. There. Yeah, I know you're going there. And then this one is this piece. The other one like looks like it should be rotated 90 degrees, but that's an odd one. Okay. Let's see. That must have been floating off way too long. Does anybody see this piece somewhere? It's just probably covered up. I hope. that is done. Let's pull the edge. Maybe we can do that. That will help. And then I guess I could also sort it by gradient, although you can't really see it, but I can sort of, there's it, dark orange, light orange. I don't leave anything in the bag, did I? So the outside, a lot of it seems to be very light orange. I feel Americans to be okay with the no box. I feel like Americans to be okay at the no box because all of our puzzle twist practice. Scale about the no box. I asked for a friend how she gave me 300, 500, 2 bags without a box. I'll try them this week and see how it goes. And one year straight for no boxes, maybe just do much more sorting up front. Oh, here's the missing piece right there. You know, even with puzzle twist, I sometimes look at the box because for certain twist, the image bears a lot of resemblance to the box, and in a competition you want every advantage you get. But yeah, it's I mean, sometimes when I'm speed puzzling, I don't have time to look at the box. It's faster to just sort patches, similar textures, similar colors, than to stare at the box. So I don't know if Americans definitely have an advantage in that area. Like, this is no box puzzling, this is just color and shape work, I think. But it's glittery, so it's fun. I think I can do this color. I can see a color gradient, and that's like my favorite. I feel like that's like one of the weird things I'm good at. Yeah, I think so. Either sorting or just, it's not so much sorting. It's like you pick a group and then you work on it, and you pick another group, and then I guess it depends on as a puzzler how dependent you are on the image. I feel like speed puzzling is maybe a little less dependent on the image. Alright, I think I've got all the edges. Let's push this over a little. Alright, see, these are darker. See, the darker ones do stand out. Shots. That's going to. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Can you imagine doing cute kawaii chaos without a box? I love that puzzle, but that would be horrible. You know, I haven't touched that puzzle yet. I'm honestly a little bit scared because it's so busy, and that is my weakness. But maybe that would be such a challenge to do without a box. Oh, no, that would be so difficult because you're going to have to like figure out how things would go with each other. We're having no context clues, almost no, because it's so, you see so little of the image on each piece. Yeah, that's not going to be a good one for a no box, but you know, that it'll be a good challenge. I hope they'll be kind and not do that to us. And edge first, and maybe more box people do. Like, out of a section is not working, I clean up the square because I put pieces into my build area and can't place them. Oh, yeah, I do that a lot. Putting pieces into my build area, but not because I know where they are. It's just because I need them closer to me, short arms and all that. That's poor board table management, and I need to break myself of that habit. In fact, like this past weekend, when I was doing sprints, I found I had poor table management because it was like a 150-piece puzzle, and I was like, oh, it doesn't matter where I put my pieces. And then in the end, I was like, I still spent time moving pieces out. So, and the person who beat me was like, if I had an extra 20 seconds not having to move pieces around and had better space to work, it makes a difference. But then sometimes at competitions, you don't always have all the space you need. So you have to have some discipline. Nope, that's not right. There. The dark ones. But if you look at it at an angle, you get a better idea of the color. Okay. This is just like almost trial and error at this point now. But yes, this is a good thought that I'm going to need to make sure to pack puzzle trees for the World Series. Have they sold out yet? They said it's only at 340 spots. And it seemed like sign-ups went really quickly right at the beginning, which is kind of cool. I figured no matter what the event turns out to be like, it can still be a really good social opportunity to meet up with puzzlers from all around the world, given like how many people were signing up. Let's see, this one is it's a small one here. There. So I need to snap them. Obviously, it has some ASMR sounds. Let's see. So did folks make New Year resolutions or puzzle resolutions? How's it going? Well, like today's the 11th. It still feels like 2026 just started, but the 11th is kind of solidly into January now. I finally took down my Christmas tree. Got things, yeah. And then my travel is going to start soon. This week is MIT Mystery Hunt. Next week is St. Paul Winter Carnival. So quite a bit of travel planned. In fact, this year is going to be quite a busy travel year. So much going on, and I keep wanting to. There's been like times in the past I'm like, okay, maybe next year I'll do this event, and maybe next year I'll travel to this event, but it's now next year, and I got to decide which events I'm willing to travel for, because there's so many options, and we can't go to all of them, much as I'd like to. Let's see. So many puzzle events this spring, definitely. So that's the, yeah. US Nationals in March, Winter Carnival coming up, and then even locally we have a puzzle camp that's organized by a local group. In June, they are organizing a smaller 12-hour puzzle marathon. Although that's kind of what we did this past weekend, even though it wasn't like a continuous marathon. It's more like, oh, we'll just puzzle together and have a fun casual day of puzzling. And then I know there's the European marathons as well. France in April. And then in May is the World Series. I drew up a document just to try and keep track of all the potential puzzle travel. Yeah. Who else is going to what? Where will I see you all? This puzzling without any color is probably really hard to do. To puzzle along with, like to look at it. Like when it's the advent calendar, for example, you can kind of see and you can like sort of pick out what looks like what. On the camera, I'm sure this all looks the same. I was hoping to go to Mexican Nationals this year or Colombian Nationals, but Colombia is right after Winter Carnival, and Mexican Nationals would probably overlap Canada Nationals. Are you going to Canada Nationals though? It's such a good problem to have, right? That there's so many events going on that now there's actually clashes. It's kind of weird, but in a good way, good problem to have. You're going to Canadian Nationals for the first time. Awesome. Gotta represent. What was it you said? You're the bread of the USA sandwich. I like that description. Well, good luck with that. Let's see what there. Alright, this is coming along nicely. So far, it hasn't been frustrating. It's been a little bit challenging, but yeah, things are going together. I do like that they did put a bit of an orange grade, intensity gradient on the puzzle. It would probably have been a lot harder if it's all the exact same shade of orange. So, yeah, scarier than it looks. Let's see. Okay, there. No, where do you go? Nice big chunk there. And a skinny chunk in here. Yes. Although I don't know how the inside and outside are going to orient. I guess we just put it in and work from it. What would be a good strategy? I guess, yeah, work from the outside in, maybe. Has anybody else seen other people do this? Do I go from outside in or the inside out? Let's maybe do both. You go. Where do you go? I'm going to start making a big circle soon. There must be a couple more edge pieces in here. I'm not seeing them. Oh, this one. There. Good. Nope. There. And you're very orange, so you need to go here, right there. Stop. Stop. Okay. Pick up. No. Slide over. That goes there. Touch that one. Yeah. Is this on this side? Maybe. That's there. Oh, this is bigger than I expected. Okay. Yes. Oh, goodness. And we have our circle. Now let's just put this inside. Okay. The really dark orange part is over here. So let's see if I can pick out a few of those colors. I don't know if this is it's gonna be challenging. I don't know the shape of the cuts very well. Maybe should I refer to the box? They gave it there for a reason, right? The circle color boxes usually don't show the cut on it. And I don't want to be here for 12 hours. And I'm not sure what's the reasonable thing to do here. Even with the crypt, for example, you could always, there was a lot of cut variation. If you've ever done a crypt before, they're like grid cut at the side and spiral cut in the center, and the pieces are almost always increasing in size as they spiral out. So it actually isn't as impossible as it looks. This one might be a lot harder. Who has a thought on how we should proceed on this? Okay, let's get more. I think these are the same clothing. Even when there's a picture on it, this part is hard for me. I don't remember the cut at all. It's quite possible. This is where we stall out. I don't know. Okay, so there's a texture on it, and it's lined on this. I can see that it's sort of going this way, and on the edges, it's sort of going this way. So the center is kind of lined up. All right, so we can use that. So on this piece, it's sort of going this way, which means it's like either here or here-ish. And if I have to be, wait, that looks different now. Small on this angle. Maybe I should align pieces that way. I wonder if that will help. Because there's still, look, that's how I got that piece in. Because I can see the glitter lines go this way. All right, use whatever information you have. So like this one goes this way, so it could be on this side, but it could also be on this side, and it could be on a further out. That's not correct. It could be on a further out circle too. But we have by noticing this, we have a lot more information than we did just a little while ago. So let's see what I placed 2 pieces out of this impossible puzzle. I'm going to keep using that. So we lined up the lines this way. I'll just check this side and this side. It's going to be a little bit tedious, but we knew what we were signing up for. In fact, I think there's more information than I expected to have on this. But of course, I may have overestimated my patience with a single color puzzle. We'll see. So there's not going to be a lot of like clicky sounds. They will be few and far in between, but eventually we'll get there. Oh, I love that so many pieces I got actually fit on the first circle. So I get to put in some. Now this goes there. I don't know where this tiny one goes. Wait, does it go right there? No, it does not. So definitely using those lines as a hint. I know you probably can't see them on the camera. It's just a, I don't know how to describe it. It's like they rolled on glue in stripes, and really, really thin stripes, and then they glitter stuck to it that way, so you can kind of see it, a glittery stripe pattern, even though at first glance it just looks like pure glitter. Maybe I can take some like close-up pictures if I ever finish this. I will someday, right? Okay. You're a tall one. Is that correct? It looks like it should fit. No, that's not it. Okay, I guess I should go searching for more of those dark orange. I want to finish these first. You know, this time I'm trying one on this side and one on the other side because the lines, I can tell that which way the vertical goes, but you know, it could be on either side. I'm starting to be confused about what I've tried and what I haven't. Let's see. Is anybody else? Did anybody else buy this puzzle? I mean, I know it's extremely limited, but I also wasn't terribly hopeful when I took terribly optimistic when I submitted my entry because I thought it would be super popular. That's not. I've seen 2 or 3 people post about it on Instagram, but not a whole lot more. Could be that people were saving it too. And also with this cut, I know there have been times where I think something should align this way and it's just actually like 90 degrees away from what I thought, which is odd because you wouldn't think that would happen with a circular cut. But my brain doesn't, apparently can be easily tricked. Also, sometimes it's actually hard to tell which way the lines are going because the glitter is a little bit random. You can see out there. You get to go to puzzle jail. So I suspect I'll just be repeating this process many, many times. Let's see, what time is it now? It's been about an hour. I will probably work on this for another hour. It will not come anywhere close to finishing it, but I think that should be a reasonable effort for one day. That goes in there. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's tall this way so. More picking up dark pieces. At some point, maybe I gotta just sort this all by shape and then go after what's printed on the box. Eventually. I mean, with something this unique, there's no real cheating. It's just, let's get it together, right? However it happens. I feel like this is one of those on the outside, but nope. There. Very good for one day if I do 2 hours. Yeah, I agree. I don't know, wear myself and my audience out. Like, who wants to see me just struggling for 5 hours? Although, I've had sessions that go that long for myself. Okay. Yeah, I think the dark colors are just closer to the center. It seems like the edge, now that I look at, other than this portion here, most of it is fairly light compared to the oranges in this part. And now I'm confused again about how the lines go. If I look at it in a different way in the light, the orientation of the lines look different. It's tricky. Okay, let's see. Maybe I should go look for those pieces with the really big knobs. That's just tempting. I know I've seen your shape before. I just don't remember where. No. No. Okay, this one's... when I did the Mark Rober video with the single color puzzle, at least that had a lot of very unusual cuts. That was like a true random cut, so I was able to make use of that, thankfully, even though I didn't beat the robot. But I was still able to put in a decent number of pieces, so it wasn't completely embarrassing. Or do I have some pieces in right now? Wait, does it go there? That does not go there. Sure looks like it does. Oh yes, I remember these half bits. See if we can find the rest of those. Nope, not this one. Here's another one. Here's another one. I know there's so many. So that was there. And nope. Here's another one. That looks there. Nice big one. Is that joined somewhere here? Now, if I had a better memory, I'd know exactly where on the board this goes. That's okay. And do these two go here? They do not. Why do they not? Are there others? I don't see any others funny shapes. Wait, here's one more. It's out there. Alright, so this one should go with one of these, maybe? And it still doesn't. Yeah. Here's another one. They just keep coming. I am so confused why none of those go together. Okay, well, keep on puzzling. Alright, this is another ish. It's definitely an exercise in patience. This would be one of those puzzles I'd be willing to put a podcast on for. Because normally in speed puzzling, if I listen to a podcast or an audiobook, I find myself not being able to focus on the audio, and I just like I've had to like replay chapter 1 of an audiobook like multiple times before I realized it just was not working for me. And that's when I stopped trying to listen to a book. But this one is it's mostly a visual exercise. I'm not having to like do anything in my brain like, oh, it's the picture. I'm looking for a person with a blue hat. So, I don't have any real words to describe what these things are. So it's just no words in my head. At least that's how my brain works. I don't know if other people's brains work the same way. But I've noticed if I need to keep words in my head, I can't listen to other words. Okay. So, I haven't even finished one more ring outside of the center ring. But we made it to the second level here. Yes. If I hadn't noticed this line texture, we would probably have gotten nowhere. I'm definitely making use of it. Alright, this. Let's see if I can align this properly-ish. There's some dark orange down here. It's gotta be I'm gonna have some of those pieces. This one, no, the bump is small. This one? No. This one's got a big bump. No. Tease. Hey, okay. Oh, yes, second layer is happening. This is making me hungry for some reason. I didn't have breakfast. It's okay. This will be a good mental workout, and I'll go have something delicious after this. Okay. You'd think I have tried all those already, but somehow I come back. It's like a USB plug. You insert it 3 times before it goes in. Just by flipping it around. I do find this fun though. It's like getting into very esoteric specific aspects of puzzling. Look at that! We are now in the 3rd ring out. So exciting. Does anybody know how many rings there are in a circle of colors? I've never stopped to count a cut before, so I have no idea. I mean, the green is from the uterus is 1, 2, 3, 4.5. And then there's a bunch more to the outside. You think with how many times we've all done the circle colors, somebody would be like, yep, there's just 8 rings out. I'm like, I never counted it. There. Nope. I don't know why I do that. I've established that this goes up and down and does the left and right, but I still try to bring it over and test them anyway. Alright, more pieces with the big bumps. For this one, I haven't tested this one yet. Yeah. Okay. Nikita, are you just laughing at me being stubborn and having to try things even though I know they don't belong there? As I just looked up and I saw you laugh, I have no idea what you were laughing at. Alright. Ooh, that's a nice dark red one. Tell me you go somewhere that's already in. That's... Oh, still can't place it. Oh, let's see. That's pretty dark. Ooh, another one of those weird cuts. Let's see. Does that join up with this? Yes. Here's one more. There's so many of those. Oh, here's one more. Now I think we've got almost all of them. More dark orange. Oh, that is yet another one that doesn't connect. I'm going to end up taking the whole puzzle in my hand. Okay, stop. Okay. This should join up. Why you not go anywhere? Oh, there. See, it's one of those that I thought it should be this way on this axis, but no, it's on this axis. And I know that happens to me a lot on this cut. It's just what it is. My brain doesn't process that the way it should. Okay, you can stay there. You. And you're too light. I thought you were a darker color. Oh, I guess I'm now at the stage I'm talking to the puzzles. I'm going to have to retry some of the stuff in the center because the stuff I'm picking up is not quite dark enough to connect to what I have now. So which means the stuff in here probably go when I did the first time. And this one. Yeah, is that correct? That is a false fit. Wants to fit in that area. Then I look at it again and it looks like it goes the other way. So tricky. Oh, how about you? There, you join that. And then you go, no, wait. That doesn't look right. I don't think so. For the side. That one looked better. All right, you can stay there for now. You're a pretty dark orange. Oh. Okay. Did I try these already? No. Yes. How many pieces have I gotten in? I actually have no ability to estimate. Oh well. It's not 0. I will be happy with that. That doesn't go there. Do you connect? Yet? Not yet. Okay, so let's try this one. If you can find a big one. This is it one piece? Oh, I want this one. That's that shape. I've seen its buddy somewhere. Where's its buddy? You can stay there, but find you later. All right. So, nope, not big enough. Could be 2 pieces. I don't remember. Oh, this one is one of those funny ones. Did these connect somewhere down below here? No, it's got 2 things going in. That feels right. Yeah, I think that's right. So we need one of those. Oh no, sorting by shape at this point is not going to be helpful. See, like I keep thinking that was one of those that would go here, but it's actually a tall one. That's tricky with this cut. But we got pieces. So I won't complain too much. I'm just complaining my inability to discern that. I always get tricked by it. Okay, maybe we do a nice dark one that's that shape. No, because I'm distracted with this piece here I'm trying to place. Ooh, a nice flat, skinny one. Distracted again. I've not picked it up yet. Yes, we had it the whole time. That one. Dark red and 3 outs. Although at an angle, the dark red is not so dark. I called it red, sorry, it's orange. I don't see it. I feel it's not one of these here. It's a very pointy shape. Oh, there it is. Yes. Okay, so a more cute angle here with 2. No, that's obtuse. That's obtuse as well. A cute angle between 2 outs. Speaking in general, never be ashamed to complain. That's how you get your voice heard and change happens. That is true. I mean, in a team puzzling event, I always try to be accommodating because, if it's good for the team, it's good for everybody. But I realize also if I'm contributing 0 because I'm just in a position that does not work for me, then I really would need to speak up because otherwise you're wasting 1/4 of the potential contribution. But I try to be a good team player and pitch in where I'm most valuable. All right, I want to find that acute angle. This is kind of pointy, so it might be findable. I say that as I look through 400 other orange pieces. They're all orange. Is it this one? No, it's not cute enough. Not that one, not that one. But this one. I feel like I've touched this one already. And of course now I get distracted trying to put this one in. Where is that piece? Oh well. It will show up. And it's right there. Okay. So what else can we work on this? This is quite bright. Nope, nope, nope. Yes. I'm just sitting here going, no, 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 yes, no, 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 yes. Compromise is awesome. Yes, compromise is the cornerstone of a good working relationship or loving relationship or any relationship. Because humans are not perfect, so we got to figure out how to get along. I mean, it sounds so obvious and trite, but it's a lot harder to practice it than to just say it. Let's see. I'm very grateful that like this year I've been married 20 years, and I'm like, we made it work, even though there's a lot of stuff we are different people and don't agree on, but we figured out ways to make things work. So I'm very grateful for that. Okay, I wanted to find this one earlier. It's unlikely that this is two pieces, so I need, how wide is that? Very wide. It's like 3/4 of an inch wide, and it's one out that way and one out that way. So it's got to be a fairly large piece, which means it shouldn't be able to hide itself. Oh, what about this one? Yes! 20 years, epic. Thank you. I'm old. Ooh, next time a piece doesn't fit somewhere, I'll tell you you're not a cute. Oh, you make that piece feel so inadequate. It's not cute enough. Oh, look at us just working so hard to tear down the piece's self-esteem. I have personified jigsaw puzzle pieces now. Of course, wasn't I talking to them a second ago? Okay. Oh, yes. See, that's all I'm saying. Yes, no, yes, no. Ooh, that one's a nice, fairly long 2 inch. Except I think I saw quite a lot of those. What this one? Yes. I got to take the segment where it is, right? These are some big holes. Show me those pieces. Do I have all of those? No, there's probably a bunch of them with big holes in them. But look at that. There's actual progress. Maybe it'll compromise and fit the next time I try to fit in though. I have been picking up pieces and trying them and putting them away and coming back and then they fit. So, I mean, it's the whole USB thing. You try it this way, it doesn't. You flip it around, it doesn't. You flip it around again, and then it does. Like, no reason. No reason it should behave that way. It just does. This is such a nice flat edge. Ooh, maybe I could just try it with the pieces that I have that have a nice flat top. Except I think there's some in here that are like that. I'm holding a piece to do a thing with it, and I see other pieces and I want to try them for other things. This is chaos puzzling in the worst way. Because I'm just distracted. But I found a piece that fits it, and now I've got to hold it until I figure out where it goes. Over here. No, it's too dark. Maybe if I shift it over to where it's dark. No, there's no guarantee it just connects to the edge, right? So it might come down this way. Does it connect? No, it doesn't. It's too loose. I want it to connect to something, but you get to stay there. They went to the spa and got a globe, and now they're doing that. We're just here like talking snag about poor pieces. The jigsaw pieces did not do anything to deserve us talking about them this way, but it's so fun. I like it. Keep going, Nikita. Let's see. Let's go back to trying by color. Is that right? Did I try this before? I feel like I've tried that one before. Yep, that doesn't go there. Ugh. Flipping it over and checking front and back is usually still one of the best ways to be sure. I mean, I can see the texture on this. Why am I keep wanting to put it there. Go away. You don't belong there. Oh, a nice tall skinny one. See, told you I'm so distracted. Nope, that doesn't even go in that angle. It's amazing I get any progress done with this distracted puzzling I'm doing. Oh, it's sitting right like an inch away. Well, I'm not gonna complain. Got it. How about you? Where do you go? You're more rotated. Let's try your a bit more angle. My sleeves. I'm puzzling in long sleeves. That's a no-no. But I'm cold. Oh, look at it. Another one that should have been up, down, not left, right. Okay. Oh, that goes in there. Yes. The starting part is always the hardest, right? So the first 2 hours is going to be the hardest, and then after that, this is a 500-piece puzzle. 2 hours. Well, when we talk about speed puzzling, it's always like we try to break an hour for speed puzzles for 200. And we talk about 200 pieces. The 2 hours for this is like nothing. But anyway, yes. The next 2 hours should actually go faster, right? So maybe it won't even take 4 hours. All right. Let's see. How about you? Now that I have you in my hand. Oh wait. We're on ring 4. I guess if I wanted to know how many rings, I could just get the box and count. But I'm busy right now. Putting pieces in. Okay. You are very small. Are you close to the center, or are you... Where do you belong? Maybe after this, I'll be like really familiar with the circle colors cut, and I'll be like, in the next competition does one where I know these. I did them before when there was no picture on it. I say that I'm never going to remember any of this. Glittery. Where do you go? Wait, no, you are... Okay, you're dark orange. You gotta be somewhere close to the center. Yes. How about you? There's no section on this ring I haven't touched yet. Is that correct? That feels correct. Let's check. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Now we got some idea of the shape over here. This is... Oh, trying to figure out the lines. This kind of looks right. Maybe. this way. That, don't think that goes there. How about this way? Alright, maybe that's enough. It can't connect yet. This one. It's a pretty big piece. Oh well. Alright, let's see another one. Ooh, you're very orange. Where do you go? You're also very skewed. You're acute. It's a cute piece. And I don't know where he goes. So much for that. I don't know why this particular piece is a he, while other pieces I've been referring to him as. Have I been giving them gender? I don't think so. Okay, well, you go there. And this is also pretty orange. Oh no, that's so promising. Oh, is this it? Yes! That's the flat one. Yes, like halfway. Just that must be. Oh, these were just sitting right here. So the skinny one. That needs this tall one. I don't know where you go, but that's too orange. Need more candidates for bright red. I'll put that one. It's starting to get into the less orangey parts. But that goes there. So lovely when things connect. You. Just right in. I've tried you recently, haven't I? Okay, you're too small for that area. Have I given you any attention? I need to put these somewhere else, but I want them near where I think they go. And I can't actually remember how recently I've tried something. But that goes in there, so it's worthwhile. Alright, a nice little oblique shape, is it so? Yes! Something, a nice squarish hole. I always call everything nice. Like, the moment I can, give words to it, describe it in words, it's nice. Because now it's being friendly to me. Because it is just a shape in my brain. It's very hard for me to think about when I look away. But if I can describe it in a word, then I can look away and still remember what I'm talking about. So, yeah, okay, it's not as squarish as I thought. The shadow was tricking me. It's still and it's fairly shallow. Okay, those are not shallow enough. See, this one is shallow, but it's the wrong angle, wrong color, wrong everything. Ooh, I missed a bunch of chats. Let's see. I need you to know how impressive your progress on this is. You might be used to going faster on a 500, but this is not just any 500. This is like 3K for a regular person. This is a beast of a puzzle. I admire your enthusiasm. I think I'm shape sorting at this point. But first of all, thank you, Nikita, for being so encouraging. And I really, really do not like shape sorting. I do love testing my I feel very satisfied at being able to use color recognition, like the way I've been saying, like, okay, this one's dark red, then see, like, it feels so good when I get it in that way. So if I'm not doing this for speed, I get to like give myself a little treat of indulging my wanting to use my color skills. Because as in a competition, I realized at some points that okay, this is good for the team, let's shape sort and we'll get this done faster and do better. I did complete shape sort for all the grips. Oh, that's not, that does not sound fun. That's a lot of shape sorting. But grit has there's a cuts to it that you can rely on. The spiral in the center and then the diagonals at the side and then the grid and the corners. You don't have to shape sort on that. Well, then again, I guess we all have different skills. I say that we don't have shape sort, but I can't do busy piece puzzle designs for anything. So we have different skill sets. So okay, that more power to you for doing that. You've done clips at all. A lot of people are too afraid to do those. So that's cool. This is where I do shape sorting. I've never done a puzzle with mostly one color, but I've learned a lot about shape sorting and how helpful it is from all the puzzles on YouTube. It's a different phase of puzzling, I think. Like when you play chess, there's the end game section where you have different techniques for how you play. It's kind of like that for me. I consider shape sorting an end game technique because you throw all your other techniques out the window because things are no longer sorted by color. Like right now, I know I have a lot of the darkest ones in the field, so I can like sort of pick up one that's nearby and try, and I have a high chance of getting stuff in this way. But once you shape sort stuff, it's no longer organized that way. So that's also why I try to delay shape sorting personally. But yes, I will be willing to do it as a speed technique. I like shape sorting here after the easy parts. What's the most challenging puzzle you've ever done? What about the hardest for speeds? I'm bad at gradients. Yeah, I guess, yeah. If you know that's what's difficult for you. The hardest I've ever done. I was thought a lot about that question. There's a lot of different versions of that answer. I mean, I think the one that had the most difficult puzzle that had an early impact on me that may not still be the hardest one I've ever done, but it's the one I remembered first was, I think early in the pandemic, there was a challenge from Eddie D, I think. It was hot air balloons in the sky. And it's like, there's no ground, no horizon. It's just 90% sky, 10% colorful hot air balloons. But he thought, because he hadn't done the puzzle when he assigned it as a challenge, that there was a slight gradient in the sky, and there was not. I think it was it 1,000-piece puzzle or 500? I think maybe it's 1,000. I think it took me 13 hours, and I was very stubborn. I did it in one sitting. I refused to stop the timer and stop the recording and go take a break. I just kept going. I mean, it was probably a time lapse, but oh my goodness, my back hurt for like a week after that because I was sitting on this plastic folding chair and I didn't have a really good setup. This was so long ago in my puzzling career, now that I think about it. But it sort of gave me a little bit of trauma whenever I think about hot air balloon puzzles for a while. I could not do those without thinking of this hot air balloon puzzle. I don't think that, oh yes, that goes in, that puzzle is on the market anymore. But yeah, it's almost all blue. Really, really hard. And I probably should have shape sorted earlier, but I don't think I may not have known. I may not have had the skill to realize that was the next step I should do. I think I did some form of really random trying pieces at some point. I wonder if I still have the time lapse anyway. I don't have good data management when it comes to those things, but you got to be curious. I wonder if I could analyze I'm sure my puzzling has gotten a little bit better since then, but I wonder how differently I would approach it today. Ooh, I missed a bunch of chat. Sorry. Nikita, same so bad ingredients. Funniest one color jigsaw moment I've seen is where she was making great progress and all of a sudden she was like, oh, so I just had a nap because I got overwhelmed. Was it a recording? I guess she wasn't doing it live. Paper puzzle you're looking forward to the most color. So Karen puzzles was together. Yeah. The puzzle that I'm looking forward to. I was really looking forward to this one. That's why I like trying to do. Oh, I was going to just double like streaming for this. I like do it online and talk because I'm just look, it's just as I said, I really like color, and this one is actually it's just colorful enough and challenging enough to be quite the event, I think. And the glitter is pretty. That's why I even painted my nails for the occasion. But for after this, do I have something that's super that I'm looking forward to? Honestly, I have a huge collection of puzzles that I like and enjoy. I'll put them at a 70% enjoyment, but this one is I would put this at like 85% anticipation level for this one. Oh, I'm really, really actually looking forward to starting to doing big puzzles. I have the 18,000 piece Ravensburger Star Wars puzzle that I bought probably a year ago at this point, maybe even more. And I haven't started it yet. I'm kind of like saving that one. I really, really, really am excited to work on that one. But when I'm training for speed puzzling, who has time to do an 18,000 piece puzzle? Oh, yeah. But I guess if I live stream that would just be hours and hours of live streaming and me just chatting. But it's not going to be one I do for speed, not at 18,000 pieces. So yes, that's my answer. I'm super looking forward to that one, and I've been saving that one for years. My favorite puzzle, which was my favorite puzzle of 2025 Nationals? There were a lot of hard puzzles in that competition. Very, very hard puzzles. The solo puzzles were all so flowery. So difficult. I think it might have been D. McAdams' puzzle actually. The ocean puzzle. It was also hard. I remember like having to actually that one I told my team I need to switch sides. I there's a lot of stuff I can't figure out whether this is left or something or right or something. And once I went over to the other side of the table, I was booking it. Things were just going in. It felt so right. I understood where the picture was, what the picture was doing, where things were located in the bigger picture. It was like it flowed so well and so fun, and it was a cute puzzle. I actually don't do a lot of like Dean McAdams because those are usually busy puzzles, and again I say I'm not that good at busy puzzles, but I loved his so much. It's not a traditional ocean puzzle, like with a turtle and a dolphin and a anemone, and I've done so many of those as a speed puzzle. It's kind of boring now. It's just, it's not the end of the world, but like you've done a lot of those too. They're just so common. But yeah, his was a different kind of ocean puzzle, and it was refreshing and it was fun. So that's my answer. Big puzzle. Yes. Someday, when I don't have like a competition in a week to practice for, I'll pull that out and just enjoy that. Oh, I got that. I got a bunch of big puzzles. I've still got half of the Disney magical moments, the 40,000 piece one. I'm halfway through that. The first half I've done before I became a speed puzzler, and I have not touched it since. So that one I need to get back to work on that. And then I also own the 9,000 piece Disney gallery, the museum one, which is looks fun. But I was just discussing it this past weekend, and someone who's done it said that the frames of the pictures were miserable. It was apparently they all look the same. It's very difficult and tedious. So my enthusiasm for that dropped a little bit. But yeah, I really want to start doing big puzzles, and competitions is kind of distracting for that. Much as I love competitions, which is why I've been doing competitions. But yeah, but big puzzles, maybe if I if I schedule like this one's not a fast one, but it's a fun one. And if I make myself do it as a live stream, I'm accountable to all of you to log on and do it. I can't just say, well, you know what, I should just do it 60 minutes practice of speed puzzling instead of working on that puzzle I know I want to do. It's weird that I procrastinate on puzzles that I want to do. And look how many pieces I'm just getting in while I'm talking. But yeah, it's I guess because speed puzzling is easy. It's just like 60 minutes, you're done. Finding the time, committing the time, like I'm going to sit down for 2 hours and work on this puzzle, and I know I will enjoy it once I get started, but like, oh, I've got so much else I need to do, and oh, I'm hungry, and oh, what was that? I'm going to catch up with a new episode, a show that just came out, and everything. There's always excuses, right? Will I mix the bags? Absolutely not. I want to get the puzzle done. I think I know some people don't think if you don't mix the bags, you don't get the full experience of it. They sold it that way. I think it's a legitimate experience to do it as a separated bags experience. When it's all put together, I mean, logistically, it's still hard. And I do not have enough time to contribute to make it exponentially more difficult for myself. Which, I mean, it's like if it's a priority not to like do all your puzzles quickly, I can see that mixing the bags is a legitimate thing to do, but that would take away from a lot of my training. So I'm already having to kind of make a choice between like, all right, some time will be for speed puzzling and some time will be for fun puzzles, and I cannot just justify making the fun puzzle like 10 times harder just so that I can get a different experience. I think it will be just as fun for me if I'm doing it as a separated bags. When I heard absolutely, my lecture went up. Thank you for following that. Not because I would have fallen out of my chair. I mean, there's a lot of people who believe very strongly that if you don't mix bags in a giant puzzle, you're not doing it right. But, after this many years of puzzling all kinds, there is no absolutely right way of doing anything, I believe. You pay the money to buy your puzzle. It's your entertainment. It's your relaxation or training or whatever you do it for. You're doing it for your own reasons. You absolutely have the right to do it. I keep trying this piece here. Absolutely have the right to do it exactly how you enjoy it. On Facebook, there are always the same debates happen over and over about the right way, is it cheating to do this? And I'm like, you're enjoying the puzzle. It's your time. Just do it. Enjoy it. We all love puzzles. Don't judge other people's fun. But I do appreciate that you're all here watching me do this kind of fun. This kind of crazy fun. Bright orange. Oh, I mean, I feel like we're doing good progress. There's only 2 left in this first ring. I wonder if I can find them. Maybe. But I am quite proud of what progress we're making. I say we because you're here with me, okay? Even like as I'm chatting and answering questions, and I know I'm still getting pieces in. I enjoy like exclaiming over every piece I get in. But if I'm talking, I guess I can't do that. Alright, let's get more dark orange. And the dark orange is all gone, and the next stage of orange I get is just like medium orange. But I can see a difference, and that's what matters. And this piece, I keep trying to put this piece in. It needs to go in so I can stop trying to put it in over and over again. Nope, not yet. Still don't know where you go. There, thank you. You couldn't do this. All right. Ooh. Okay, when a puzzle has letters on the back, I like sorting into letter piles. I mean, that's what they're there for. I feel like the puzzles that have letters on the back are usually doing that because the cut is not unique enough that you can actually, that it's possible to purely solve just by without using the colors numbers on the back, which is like when people say, oh, just ignore it if you don't want to, but I'm like, if the cut is good enough, there shouldn't have been a need to put numbers on the back. That's my take on it. But again, it's your puzzle. You pay the money for it, puzzle it how you like. I would personally try to avoid those because I end up having like, if I end up needing to use the numbers because otherwise the cut isn't good enough and I just get false fits and get frustrated. That's not how I want to spend my time and money personally. Although in the last marathon I did, they included one of the brain games puzzles. I call it brain games, but the title, the company brand name is actually like the letters of brain games interspersed. So it's like BGRAA something. So I can't mentally say it, but they have numbers on the back. But they're one of the brands I considered okay. The cut's okay even if they have numbers on the back. There's rare exceptions, but generally, yeah, I don't puzzle with numbers on the back. Try not to. Imagine someone say that about another hobby. Use a sewing machine. That's cheating. I haven't heard that because I sew, but I don't hang out with other sewists that much. But who knows? Maybe they do that. Because people get so pure about the way they do things. I don't know. I hope not. I think it's mostly people who are new to a hobby and don't realize that there's so many ways to doing a hobby. Once you've done it a while, you're like you get a lot more respect for the different approaches to things. That's how I feel. It's so it's not that people need to get mad at it, but you just maybe they need a little more patience. All right, I wanted this to fit, but apparently this fits here and this does not fit. Oh, that looks like such a good fit. This does not fit. Why doesn't? Let's check it again. Wow, the back fits almost perfect, but that front fit doesn't go. So, let's see. It's different, so it's fun to sew into letters when puzzles have letters. Yeah, if I sew into letters, and then it's just like doing a bunch of little mini puzzles. I guess you could say the same thing about me with the giant puzzle. Is like keeping it in the bags is kind of like doing a bunch of little mini puzzles, like sorting puzzle by the letters on the back. So yeah, perfectly valid. Not my choice. But I will I will not mix the bags, but I won't swap the letters. So yes, maybe there's a bit of an oxymoron there, but was it an oxymoron? Contradiction? What's the right word for that? Something. Anyway. But again, just puzzle. Just have fun. Anyway, am I running out of dark oranges? It's only one piece left for this inner ring. Is it sitting here somewhere? It's got at least 2 ends. Did I just not pick it up yet? How about this one? Yes! Alright, we are 1 ring out from the green. This one has a couple here. Okay, quite a lot. This is good progress, right? Isn't this fun? Oh, I still want this to be in this ring, but alright, let's see. Clap, clap, clap. Oh, wait, I don't. Did I miss any checks? Yeah, I don't get the numbers letters a bit often. I've been gifted puzzles numbers. I feel I should do them, and I just do it to get it done. But the numbers make it more fun. Okay, if it does make it fun, then good. I knit and have a flatbed knitting machine and war era circular machine, and I've seen some terrible opinions on them. But at the end of the day, I've warmed socks in an hour. Wow. I mean, I knit and it takes me forever. So yes, if it's a fast way to knit warm socks, that's awesome. I have only completed a handful of knitting projects in my lifetime because I am bad at projects that take longer than a day. Which is could be why when I puzzle, I try to finish it in one sitting because, I mean, it's not that I'm not going to come back to it. But yeah, I warm socks in an hour is impressive. And that also pretty cool that you knit your own socks. I'm not familiar with the machines you mentioned. Are they also used for like commercial knitting? That's cool though. I mean, use the right tool for the right job, right? I wanted to learn quilting. I still haven't learned quilting yet. But then, I figured this was something that you could completely do on a sewing machine, a regular, ordinary sewing machine. But then a friend of mine bought this machine I'd never heard of. It's a long arm quilter, and I saw it at her house, and it's gigantic. It takes up a whole room, and it's she feed the quilt into it, and it quilts it. And I'm like, well, I didn't realize there was a machine to do this. I was assuming it's something you like stuff under your sewing machine and like maneuver awkwardly until you get it done. But that would explain why her quilts are gorgeous. Not that I have made any quilts to compare, but use the right tool for the right job. And if not, you can cope. But I guess there's multiple tools for the job. But if you have access to a better tool, more power to you. Ooh, did that puzzle come in? Well, I just wanted to pop by and say you're a huge inspiration for a lot of puzzles, and I really appreciate all you've done for coming. Oh, thank you, Nut Puzzle. It's so nice to see you. I've never seen you since, but thanks for dropping by. I hope I see you soon at Nationals. I knit and crochet. My mom taught it to me when I was younger, and I love it. I love to make little animals. Oh yes, those are really popular now. I love that they have kits so that even people who are intimidated by the whole thing can like try it and do it. I haven't gotten one of those kits before, but when I was pregnant, I did knit one teddy bear for my kid so that it could be like an heirloom piece. They actually still have it. And they know they kept it simply because I made it. So it touched me. Even though like they were getting rid of a lot of their old stuffed toys. I learned to hand knit socks before I got my machine. I felt it only proper. I second what Jim said. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Hand knitting socks, like, the thing that scares me about hand knitting socks is that would my shoes still fit? Because all the wool I have is such thick gauge, I suppose. Do you do it in thin gauge? Like, it's not safe. Like, I don't even know if I'm using the right terminology. Like, knitted things I've made are always so thick. If I put on my own hand knitted socks, I feel like I need to go up 1 or 2 shoe sizes. It's a good way to start the week with some puzzling. Yeah, first thing on a Monday morning, right? But I was looking forward to this puzzle. It's orange and it's glittery, and I got my nails done for it. Oh no, I painted it myself. I have had this orange polish for months now, and it's perfect for this puzzle. But yeah, it's going well. Look at it. I'm actually pulling up pieces based on the color. I know you think that's funny, but there is a gradient in the color, and there's actually a texture. There's lines in it. It's hard to see, and I did not know that before I ordered it. But yes, there's a very, very subtle pattern in the background that helps me orient pieces somewhat. I really like shape work in puzzling, But man, this kind of pure blank would stress me out. I'm glad it's a circle. See, it looks like a pure blank, but there's lighter orange and there's darker orange, and there's glitter that goes in very, very subtle stripes. And then there's shapes, because if you know if some people know the shape of circle colors well, which is not me, this might be actually a fun one for that. My winter boots are a size bigger than they need to be because of wool socks. Okay, so you do accommodate your own socks that way. It gets minus 30 degrees here, so the thicker the better, but you can get thin yarn for socks. Minus 30 degrees sounds terrifying. I am a warm weather person, but wow, okay. Oh, that went in. That's awesome. I'm glad you have warm socks and the thick boots to go with it. That subtle gradient is tricky to notice. It's yeah, you can't see it on the pictures. You really only could see when you like look at the pieces. And the poster is hilarious because it's just this. Let's put it out again. It's a picture of the gradient. It's not actually. You know what? I don't see the gradient on this one. This poster is completely useless. The glitter is completely evenish, speckled all over the place. There's no gradient in the orange, and you can't see the striping. So it's funny that they gave the poster at all. Oh, things are falling. But I am doing just fine on this actual puzzle part. And by just fine, I'll probably still need another 2 hours before I can finish this. But I did say I was going to work for 2 hours and stop. But people are showing up. And I'm not exhausted. Yeah. Should I keep going? What do you guys think? Should I keep doing more? I feel I can. Do you want me to stop and save it for like another time? Although with all my upcoming travel, I don't know. I want to do this like in a week, but next Monday I'm not here. Decisions. Got you talking and energized you. You did. I like put in so many pieces when I'm just talking and not paying attention. So should I stop here or should I keep going? Should I take a break and like put this on a board somewhere and stick it away for a week? Do you want to see me keep shape sorting, color sorting? Keep going, say yourself freely. Do what you feel is best. You doing Winter Carnival? I am doing Winter Carnival. Jim, are you going to be there? I'm sure Mari's, right? Yes, I'll be there. This in 2 weeks. I've got a different trip before that. It's MIT Mystery Hunt next week. So in a few days I'll be heading out for that. So I won't be thinking about Winter Carnival for a while. Although I really should start practicing my puzzle twists. I pulled a few out. Okay. I'll go a little more. I'm still putting pieces in. Right? And we haven't finished the second ring yet. We did finish all of this and all of the outside, and the first ring is complete. The second ring is half complete. Alright, let's see. Do another pull of dark orange. Let's see. This section, it feels like it's getting so much emptier out here. We must be making progress. Alright, I feel like you should go somewhere close to the inside. I feel I've tried this piece before too. Oh, it goes there. It's okay to try multiple times if it eventually does go in. Oh, look at that. That went in. I'm enjoying watching you all working from home. Oh, okay. If you don't have anywhere else to be, thank you for joining me. Thank you for keeping me company as I take on this silly project. Oh, you're going to be in Boston? How long? Oh, that's right. Oh, sorry, I'm going to be the commercial, but when the kind of not this. I'm flying in Red Eye Wednesday, get there Thursday morning, meeting up with friends to go a little bit south for escape rooms. Then I've got a game in Cambridge, and then team dinner. I'll be there till Monday. I'm actually, after hunt wrap up Monday, I will have some time before my flight. I don't know what your schedule is, and clearly last minute, but yeah, I usually have a few hours empty in my schedule after hunt wrap up before I have to go to Logan to fly out Monday evening. I'm trying to think and put puzzle pieces in and talk at the same time. So, yeah. Shot me a line, maybe we can find some time to say hi. Okay, I'll ping you offline after this. But yeah, oh, look, that piece goes in. Yeah, usually when I go to Boston for mystery hunt, I go to school there, so I know a lot of people, but because it's so packed usually in my schedule with team commitments and event commitments, that I try not to play favorites. I just don't tell anybody I'm going. So I end up not seeing anybody, even though I go there like practically once a year. Although I'm tempted to go Christmas time this year because there's a Christmas event I've been wanting to go to every time, which I say, well, no, I go to Boston in January, and twice. Oh, look, going to Boston twice in one winter is a huge commitment for a summer person like me. We'll see. I'm trying to get my teenager to apply to New England. Then I'll have a lot more excuse to go out to New England more often. Back from lunch. Hi, Kimbo Slice Bread. Great progress. Thank you. I had initially said I was going to stop after 2 hours, but I'm still got some momentum and people said I could keep going. So I will for now. That does not go there. All right. My handful of dark red that I picked up disappeared so quickly. Let's pull some more. I keep calling it red. It's orange. But when you're trying to distinguish between orange or dark orange, medium orange, you just call one red and call one yellower. I was working on a puzzle that had frogs on a green background, and I was like, this green is pinky, and this green is more blue, and I just ended up just calling, I need some more pink. And I think I was working that puzzle with Yvonne, and I think she got mad at me because I was like, it's pink, can't you see that it's pink? And she's like, it's all green. I mean, yeah. So that's why I figured, like, okay, maybe my ability to see colors a little bit better, even though I suck at busy puzzles, which is her area. So yeah, everybody has different skill sets. That's the conclusion I came to. This one's lighter. All right, let's put her out. But yeah, there's a lot more structure now, so pieces go in better. Although I'm running out of the dark orange to work on, which has been what's been helping me so far. Things are all starting to become the lighter orange. Because the dark orange is very obvious. Everything else is getting closer in color now. And I still haven't found this one. I should have trusted the gradient or the texture of the lines. That goes this way. All right. There's a piece that goes there. It's got 2 ins and 1 outs. This looks promising, but that looks like it curves the other way. And it goes right next to it. How about... This is a big chunky one. There you go. The lines go this way. So, might be here, it might be here. Yeah, I think that's right. Alright, still need this one. I normally never like puzzle like that where like finding the piece that goes here, just it's got a bit of yellow. It's like, oh come, oh sure, don't stop searching for it that way. But with this puzzle, are you going to fill in all the holes? Alright, let's stand up so I can see the dark red. Is it this one? Nope, not angled. Not even dark enough. Where are you hidden? Nope. It's too small. That's too big. I feel like Goldilocks. Where's the one that's just right? It also needs to be dark red. Orange. Orange. Ooh, this one's nice and dark. This got to be close to... should connect to something I already placed. And I'm straight. Wait a minute. Is it really... It's just been saying this whole time. You listen to the new Peace Talk, said, oh no, the one with all the huge ensemble? Not yet. I really should just listen to podcasts while I puzzle, but then I record the sounds, so I can't. Tell me about it. Have you heard it? I saw it. I saw a post about it, but yeah, I haven't gotten around to listening to it. Okay, more thick, dark whites. I'm just like picking out the darkest ones I see in the field. It's a good time. Rob's a great interviewer, so I'm sure almost every episode he puts out is a good time. He's so personable. There goes it. How's the second ring doing? 1, 3 missing there, 3 missing there. Alright, so really close. This piece has been taunting me for a while now. Can I find its home? Can I find where it goes? Yes, it was interesting to hear various folks take on the same questions. That is a good way to... That's an unusual way to see it. Yeah, because normally you get one person talking about what they want, but to hear a panel respond, I don't think we've done that a lot in puzzling. Rob's the best. I want to learn to be more like him, though. Katrina seemed to really like the China Nationals this year. Oh, I was tempted to go for that. I'm still tempted to go this year, if they release more information about that this time, because I found someone who has been to China before and might be a good guide. I mean, I speak Chinese too, but I don't know if I'm fluent enough to handle a whole... I mean, probably will be fine. Just, it could be a challenging travel environment. Not that has ever stopped me traveling before. But I'm glad to hear that she enjoyed it. I'm glad to hear that it went well for them. I'm always happy that puzzling is growing around the world. And given the chance, yes, I would totally travel to more events. Sorry, soon I'll be an empty nester and then I will be off. Nothing to hold me back. Okay. It's my favorite episode yet. I love that format and the particular individuals on it are wonderful. Ooh, okay. I really should put it on. I had a long drive yesterday. I should have put it on, but I was driving with... Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I had people in the car, so I didn't. I should have. Everyone seems a little nervous about the age rules, but it seemed like they were on a similar page for a lot. It was fun how so much things aligned and where they didn't. Wait, what age rules? Is there something I hadn't heard about? Tell me more. Okay. These are starting to look pinkish. I like that they framed it as it's not about specific kids, but the desire to protect the vulnerable ones collectively. Oh, yeah. I okay, that's an interesting discussion, and I will definitely have to listen for that. Yeah, the kids thing. I mean, that's the thing that we also talked about with when we were planning the USA JPA stuff, because we often get emails from parents who be like, "My kid's a genius at puzzling. Like, can they compete? They're 8 years old," and we're like, yeah, and we had to like, politely decline because we had the rules in place. And it's one thing if a kid is really, really enthusiastic, but even then, it's also kind of hard to separate out the child's own enthusiasm from what the wanting to, please their parents, perhaps. Stuff like that. It can be tricky. Like doing big puzzles or not, the minimum age for nationals award events, Mandarin or Cantonese. So yeah, the minimum age for nationals awards, yeah, that's going to be a tricky thing, and I am sure our wonderful organizers will give it good thought and discussion and come up with something that works. And as for Chinese, I speak Mandarin, yes. I was educated in Singapore, and yeah, we use Singapore Mandarin, but it apparently has its own accents, and it's more like a southern Chinese influence, but yes, Mandarin. Because I tried watching some Chinese dramas that are from China, and I said the accent's different from mine, but it's still kind of, I know enough to get around, I think, probably, to function. Although, because I am Chinese, people might talk to me as though I'm local, and I keep getting that when I travel through Southeast Asia, for example. I don't know a lot of those languages. I do not know Tagalog. I do not know Bahasa Indonesia. I do not know Thai. And whenever I traveled in those countries, people would talk to me in the language, like thinking I was local. And then they'll get almost offended when I explain, like, I'm sorry, I don't speak the language. And they're like, I was like a failed Thai or failed Indonesian or failed Malaysian because I don't speak the language, even though I look like I should. Even when I went to Hong Kong, they speak Cantonese there, and I do not speak Cantonese properly at all. And they start talking to me, and then I tried to speak in Mandarin, and they look at me like two heads. It was, yeah, it's a thing. Kids' baseball teams don't go against adults in the World Series. They protect the littles and let them hone those skills. That is true. Yeah. Letting kids have fun as kids is important, I think, and not to. Yeah, that's a whole thing, especially when it's like. But sometimes the kids can, compete on the world stage if they're just that good. We know kids that are better than a lot of adults. But then it's also very stressful to have to deal with it at an adult level. Like, my husband likes to watch F1 racing, and I didn't know before he started watching that there was like different leagues, like F2, F3, go-karting. That's where the kids come up to. Like, the people who are champions now in F1 motorsport, they've been racing their whole life through the lower leagues. And I guess that's a healthier way of doing it. Although, it sure seems like it keeps that sport for rich people because you have to be able to afford all that stuff. But that's a whole different discussion. But yeah, having appropriately targeted leagues might be a good thing. Of course, the argument is for us, it's like we're still growing puzzling as a sport. we don't. It got us. It took us a while before we got to the point where we had enough, resources to hold the puzzles competitions that we have not even yet. As we grow, we'll be able to split it more. I think there'll be more resources. Some people will be focused on supporting children, different levels. Yeah, maybe we'll do things like senior divisions for those of us who are, eyes are not as good. Stuff like that. It's just a matter of resources, isn't it? Oh, I missed the chats. Sorry. Can you teach us happy birthday or happy new year? Yeah, well, I think happy birthday there might be some regional variations. But happy new year is 新年快乐. 新年 is like new year. 快乐 is happy, so 新年快乐. But then for the Chinese New Year, they often say there's a bunch of other things that we do, greetings that we do. It's like 恭喜发财. It's how it translates like have a prosperous. I wish you prosperity, because Chinese, are very big on prosperity. So it's a very polite thing to wish someone prosperity. 恭喜发财, 年年有余. It's like may every year be prosperous for you. One thing about the Chinese language is that there's only a few sounds, specific sounds. So there's a lot of homophones in the language. And so word play actually becomes a big part of the language. Like words that sound similar to other words are also meaningful. Like 年年有余, it means like fortune, but it's also the same sound but written differently for fish. So because of that, fish have become like a big important symbol for Chinese New Year. Because they're a symbol of fortune. Things like that. You'll see like decorations, and there'll be fish motifs on it because the fish is associated with good fortune because it sounds like fortune. Those are the major ones I can remember. I got a bounce, but thanks for streaming. Thank you, Jim. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. I never wanted a child before. I want one right now, and I want to be a tiger mom of Paul's Look. Can you imagine? Before I became a mother, I had all these hopes and dreams that I would I was a ballroom dancer when I was in college, competitive ballroom dancer. I loved ballroom dancing, but I only discovered it in college. I didn't grow up seeing any ballroom dancers, knowing any ballroom dancers. So when I found it in college, I was like, this is so fun and so awesome. And I spent like 10 hours a week training. And then I'd go to competitions, and then there'll be these children events, child events. And these 7, 8 years old will be dancing the booties off. They were so good. I was so jealous. I was like, if I had been dancing my whole life, maybe I'll be as good as them. That was a 20-something adult in college. And I was just wanting to dance like those little kids. When I have a kid, I'll send them to dance lessons, and they'll be so good. And I get to go to these competitions and like live vicariously to their performance. I sent my kid to a dance lesson, and they had no interest, absolutely none. I was so sad, but I didn't believe in forcing my child into miserable situations. So we did that. I just asked, like, just try it once for me, and they were like, okay. And then, are we done now? Never to come back here, right? So we didn't. We did that for a lot of things. I let them try a lot of things and give up on stuff that was not for them. But if they had to quit, they had to do it with full knowledge of what they were quitting. So yeah, you could tiger mom your child all you want, but it could backfire. You could mentor. You could find kids who want. I don't know, like in the US, there's like girls and boys clubs, I think, and like kids there. People can go mentor kids in various things, tutor them in like school homework, maybe mentor them in an activity or two. You could be a puzzle mentor. You could like start hold fun competitions for them, and it'd be a nice like mental challenge, something that they might not have access to try. Like if theirs is not home with jigsaw puzzles all over the place, they might not have access to puzzles or even the concept of competitions. So maybe that's something that I could do too. But I'm actually still parenting my own kid for right now. But maybe after. Ooh, I hear my dog walking around. It is. My puppy is. Gosh, not puppies, they're grown up. But they're exploring. Must have let them out. Okay. There's holes here. Surely I can fill these holes. Is that one of them? No. Alright. Or am I not making use of the texture information? Where is this piece? Alright. There's actually a little more pinkish over there. But let's grab another handful of darker colors, since that technique has. So, look at this. This area is so much more sparse. Okay, what do we have? I wonder if we'll touch the border today. I don't think so. I should not. I will call it a day before we get there. Okay, should be further down. Where do you go? Could it be one of those that tricked me? And it is. So how about this one? It's actually kind of a light color. So it might be further out. Maybe this side. That doesn't fit. I want it to. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, I thought I should have it. That one's too light as well. Where are all the dark ones going? They're just sitting around here now. Maybe I should put my handful down. And wait. That feels, no, it's not. It's a falsehood. All right, you know what? Retire this handful for now. I'll come back to you. These pieces on the inside, these have been sitting here, and I picked them up because the colors were right, so I really should try and place them. This one's some more of a maybe one of these things. Nope. I feel I've been through that before. Is that exactly what I did the last time? I'm nothing if not consistent. I'm starting to things are starting to look the same. That might be a sign that our session might be coming to an end. Does this fit? Does this fit? There's no reason this would be like exactly lined up. There's no way I was. Let's see. Maybe. Would that be neat if this connected? I'll check one thing. That feels right. Those two look dark. Are they dark? They're darkish. Do they fit here? No, wait. They look like they fit this way now. That goes in there. And where does this go? No. Close. Oh, there. Okay. I'll take it. All right. If I don't get one in the next 30 seconds or so, I think it will be a good place to call it. Although I'm not running a timer, so I'm just going to go by feel. All right, that went. Oh, that hole got filled. That feels good. No, I think this belongs more on this ish. Okay. Oh, that goes in. Is that going there? No. It's maybe up here. It's got to go further based on this pattern. Where do you come from? Where have you been just sitting here? You go in there. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to quit. Stop going in. All right. Nope. Okay, I like that. Every piece that goes in, I like. Like, puzzling is just this big love fest for me. Pieces are nice when I can identify the shape. And when they go in, I like them. So it's a very happy event. It's like, oh, good, everything's happy. All right, where do you go? My roommate Lindsay says, go to your home to puzzle pieces. Oh, look at that. The whole section area is getting cleared out. I should still take a break soon. Oh, come on. You look like you went in there. Well, oh, one last hole. No, that's not it. But this looks like it goes in this area-ish. Maybe. No. I want to say I wanted this piece. But this is a dark orange that looks like it should connect to our already placed pieces. Does that? Is that a false fit? I think it is. Oh, that goes in there. Okay. Oh. No, that's not right. Is that? No, that's like curves off completely in the wrong direction. This one's too pink. It's not that close. I'm really enjoying this puzzle. The color, being able to play with the colors of it. It's just so fun. It's a good puzzle for me. Oh, look, that one. And then I can't find this piece, but I'm still putting pieces in, so I can't stop just yet. Very soon, I promise. Just one more piece, right? That's what they always say. One more piece, and 5 hours later. They said it? No. It's close. Not close enough. I'm still looking for this piece. Is it in this piece? No, this is too diagonal. Is there a piece I need that's super diagonal? Super acute? Not at the moment. Did I try this piece already? I must have. So 2 ins, 2 outs. That's too big. So something a little bit smaller, but still with a general curve to it. This is something you can play along with, right? You can, like, if you spot it. I probably couldn't. So I need a slight curve to it. I might not find it. By moving my hands this way, I will channel the energy. And did I really try this piece? I must have. Okay then. Too small. That one's too fat. I feel like Goldilocks again. Has it been sitting in dispute? Nope. It's not the right shape. Nope. Oh, that was close. It wasn't. It was sitting like right next to it. Alright. I filled in all the holes. We made very good progress. I don't know how many pieces I've done. That's more than 50% done, right? Okay. Think this is a good place to stop for today. Oh, we went over over 2.5 hours on this. But it was really fun. I appreciate all of you chatting with me, hanging out, keeping me company while I tackle this silly puzzle. But I love it so much. I hope you had fun too. I don't know when I'll schedule the next one for because I fly out this week. Should I do it again in a couple of days? Maybe I will. I don't think I can resist it. I might even want to get back to it later today after like lunch, after dinner. I don't know. But thank you again. And I think I'll sign off now. Take a break and go eat lunch. Oh God, I missed, the chat didn't scroll. Let me scroll and catch up. Ew, that's creepy. Their bones are salted unless you're falling when dancing. Yeah. That's so interesting. Are there a lot of idioms and cliches? Yes, Chinese are a very idiomatic language. A lot of the studying we had to do in school was like learning the idioms. I'm way, way, way too calm to attempt to tiger mom even my cats. They still won't use their football correct, like, hey, do you? Yeah, there's only so much you can control. You sound like great mom. Thank you, Jessica. I think I hear pop feet now. They were clicking around. There's so much chat because my chat box didn't scroll. Can't stop, won't stop learning those pieces. Bravo. Oh, thank you. Must have been with that. Great start. This was fun. Thank you, Tammy. Have a wonderful day, Tammy and everyone. Thank you, everybody, for chatting. I had a lot of fun. I guess I should do it soon before my orange fingernails wear out, right? All right. I will leave it. Thank you again. I will log off now. Bye-bye. Oh.